Good afternoon. It's another gloomy day, so probably the light's a little crappy. I wanted to go through and show you how I was attaching this lantern together. I was gifted leaves, and so this just kind of updates that project. This is going to be taken in to the person it belongs to today. I relocated some twine that I had, so it was taking me a little longer than what I had anticipated. I'm going to probably speed lapse the end of the video, but I did want to go ahead and show you how I was attaching and weaving the knots for this lantern. And so I'm going to go ahead and kind of measure off a little bit. I wanted to show you something a little bit different. So when you are doing these types of measurements and then you have like an accordion, this is going to be a lantern, and then the pieces have to attach, like this. I had gone over with you guys briefly about how sometimes you might need to use a calligraphy brush to stick down in between. This is just kind of a recap of what we've gone through already with the former videos. So I think I had shown you guys to, so here's a calligraphy brush. So I think I had shown you guys to, stick something down in there so you know that there's a little bit of a space to work with, or else you get these sides so tight that you can't open and it will rip the paper. That's why we have grommets in it. So she can decide how she's going to use this as a portfolio to carry stuff in, or a screen for the window even. There's multiple functions that this can be. Or cards. She can snip one and give somebody a card if she's pressed for time. So that's the calligraphy brush spacer. If you don't have a calligraphy brush, anything. I just have these a lot because it's something that I do often. So anyhow, let me go ahead and close this situation up. What I've opted to do is this is the ending, so at the end of each accordion, there would not be the grommet on there. So so these sides don't have the grommet, and it's nice to have it a little bit like this because it looks still pure. It still looks like it's not tainted by stuff. I wanted to go ahead and get on here and make this video to show you some of this. It's not major detail work, but it took some time, and this was one of the projects that we were working on. So I'm going to open this thing up, and then so this will be our end, and I'm going to show you how I was going to weave those few that are left. There's going to be like 2, 3 more attachments, and then it seemed like it was easier once I found a size that would work. If I took a ruler, you can tape the ruler down, to hold its place. But if I had a ruler, just on the table, it seemed to work out significantly better. And then so if you have multiples and you kind of want them all to be the same size, obviously you don't want to waste a bunch of supplies on things. I did have some gifts, some little offerings that were given to me in the garden, and if you're very careful, I thought it would be pretty cool. This was one of the snake skins I found. And then so if I don't have somebody that's squeamish, you could put that snake through that grommet. You know, that would be kind of cool. Like, you know, just a little different. Otherwise, you know, you can even make a book and wrap a gift of it. Just, you know, if you're not a snake person, this is not appealing to you, but I am, and so I kind of like this sort of thing. So anyhow, I'm going to go ahead and jump back to taking a measurement. I did double these. And then, so I'm going to show you where I doubled the knot for the cable to go through. So I just kind of did something like this because you're going to need one end to loop through, so you're able to stop it from pulling through. This is just one way. I'm going to show you how to, you know, kind of do this and measure off. So that it's probably looking like 18 inches is a good. Okay, so probably 18 inches is what I have that has been working. So I'm going to measure off a doubled. You can triple it, you know what type of, you know, quality or heaviness that you're going to need. And I teach them that for books as well. And so let me get that. So this will cord in easily, and then the size of here's this. Just going to go through. So it's like this. You know, and you've got to leave a little bit of room, or it's not going to open correctly for you. There had been some cards where I had gone, you know, up like this and then looped around, and that was nice too. I'm not going to do this on this demo because it's kind of a problem periodically when it's bunched up. And so if I were to go ahead, this is not the best cord to do a up stitch. So you would do, or a up weave, you would go up and then in and around and then back up. This is not a book, so we're going to just do real basic like a lantern. And again, you can get so elaborate with this, but I think her style of decorating is very different than complex. I think she likes simple. So let's go ahead and you can use a binding needle too, you know. So here again, leaving some space. So it's just a basic, real basic zigzag up. It's the same on this side too. And then, so I've got this extra I'm going to tie off, but I'm going to re-loop back through this way. That will just help secure the size of the gap that you have there. So that will, let's see that. So if you fray and you don't want to lose any length, you can bend like this, do a loop. Okay. So it kind of went back through again. And then like on this side, I'm going to go ahead and tie it off. And then so I'm going to go ahead and lapse the rest of this. And I wanted to show you it being put together all the way. Okay, I'm going to say goodbye to you guys. Happy Friday. Wanted to show you how to make sure that you measure off, so if you're wanting your twine or your cord to stay the same throughout the entire piece, then you'll want to go ahead and find a measurement that will work and keep it at that measurement. And so on this we're going to use 18 inches. Again, saying goodbye to you guys. This is a very gloomy Friday. Temperature's pretty decent. Can't say anything for the lights, pretty bad. All right, happy Friday. Enjoy your day. Enjoy the weekend.